Hello on this Tuesday. Some rough weather across northern Minnesota yesterday. This is a look at the storm reports. A lot of wind and large hail. There were some tornado warnings out even, and in a pretty far north part of the state that normally sees this kind of weather. This is from REDBY, Minnesota, near the Red Lake areas. Large hail, some trees down there, and Weather Service crews will probably go out and survey if that was tornado damage or straight line wind damage, and multiple trees down in Grand Rapids. And the rough weather, the storms continued to make their way towards Duluth, which whenever a storm can hold together and reach Lake Superior, you get some pretty awe-inspiring video. This one's from HEIDI. You can see the dust from the wind blowing inland, moving over the lake as those straight line winds, or what was left of them, move through Canal Park there. So pretty incredible scene. You might see this video more on some national news too, because a lot of places picked that video up from HEIDI because it was so interesting to watch. Hey, some news last week from the Weather Service on new criteria when they issue warnings. So we have our minimum severe criteria. They're going to up the ante and still issue severe thunderstorm warnings for the old criteria, 1 inch large hail or over 60-mile-per-hour winds. But now they're going to issue a special destructive warning when it's going to be over 80-mile-per-hour winds or the hail size is greater than 2 3/4 inches. So those definitely more intense storms. And of course, smoke remains in the skies. It was pretty thick yesterday. I was flying on a plane coming in yesterday and had to take some video just to show you, because we were in the middle of the smoke plume at this elevation, probably several thousand feet up, and you can just see that white haze. Just interesting to see a different perspective looking down through it instead of up through it like normal. So we have this frontal boundary. You can see this wind shift, winds from the north, winds from the south moving across central Minnesota. This is going to be the focal point for some thunderstorms along with a broad area of low pressure. And we've been talking about some severe weather potential too, because the atmosphere is juicy, something we haven't seen a lot of this summer. Humidity is key to making some thunderstorms, and we definitely need that, and a deep flow of moisture. Everything in orange are dew points in the 70s, so we've got a lot of moisture all the way up from the Gulf of Mexico into Minnesota and the southern part of South Dakota as well. And that's creating some incredible heat indices when we factor in the temperatures, which are in the 90s. So heat indices well into the 90s, close to 100 for some. Excessive heat watches and warnings as we head into today and tomorrow, because we're going to see potentially our hottest temperatures yet of the season for some places tomorrow. 99 is the hottest. We've been in the metro. Could get close to that. The heat index today, well into the 90s, some low hundreds off to the west. And then tomorrow, the heat index is even worse. We're talking about triple digits for most of southern Minnesota, over 100 in the metro. But to the west, we could see heat indices close to 110 degrees. Actual high temperatures today, low to mid 90s. I think we'll top out around 92, 93 in the Twin Cities, mid 90s to the west, but then tomorrow even hotter. Actual temperatures could be near 100 in western Minnesota, probably mid to upper 90s here in the Twin Cities. So it is going to be hot, and then finally things cool off. Not a lot. We're not talking about refreshing just yet, but mid to upper 80s Thursday, a good 10-degree temperature drop. We'll feel better, and we'll see a drop in humidity too. So low pressure centered off to the west, and you can kind of see this elongation of the isobars, those lines of constant pressure. That is a long front and area of low pressure that is going to be the focus point of storms that develop northwest to southeast along that line. You can kind of see that even outlined here at the Storm Prediction Center's outlook for today. So today's severe weather potential looks to be just off to our east and southeast. If you're in the southeast metro, you could see a couple of the storms initially pop there. And then tomorrow, we're on the edge of an enhanced risk, so a greater risk of potential severe weather from basically the Twin Cities into Wisconsin and into especially southwestern Wisconsin. So today, here's 7 o'clock. Again, a couple of storms initially getting close to the metro, but they all move southeast. And then some leftover stuff late tonight, early tomorrow morning is possible in the early morning hours tomorrow. And then here are those bigger storms developing tomorrow evening. Again, we could be on the edge, maybe just to the west of those storms once again. So definitely hot today and tomorrow, triple-digit heat indices for many. And then those late-day storms tomorrow, the sunshine is back. It's cooler, I should say, on Thursday. And then we're in the mid to upper 80s right through the weekend. By Sunday there, we are a little closer to normal at 84 degrees. That's also our first day of August, if we can believe it.